I'm working on this blend actuator for the 99 Nissan Maxima. In an earlier video I opened it up and soldered some wires where the motor would go, because the motor, this is the motor that was removed from it, and it had a bad spot on it, on the armature or the commutator. I'll show you now and then. It won't spin. So there it goes. It's you can see it tries to move, but it doesn't, and it will go in the opposite direction sometimes. So what it does, when it does that, it stalls out and starts pulling a lot of current, and that's what's happening in the car. And so what I did, I confirmed that the circuitry in here was functioning. And the way I did it is I substituted the motor, where the motor drive volt wires go. I just brought those to the outside world so I could take a look at that. And I could see that when I turned this arm, it would generate a positive or negative voltage. And so then I just decided maybe I should try to replace just the motor. So I bought a collection of these motors here from Jamco, and they're all, you can see they look almost identical, similar construction, and they all have the 2 millimeter or slightly it's a 1.99 millimeter shaft, and all of these, they have a different length on them, and but I purchased several of them just to see which one might closely approximate this motor, and I went with the most powerful one, this one right here. It's labeled 140422, and I'll put a link to it on the Jamco where if you want to buy that. And they also come marked with the polarity, and I confirmed that the polarity is correct. I confirmed that both of the motors operate in the same direction when the same voltage is applied. And so now all I need to do is take these wires off of here and solder them onto this motor and hook all that in and set all the gearing in there. So I'll get started on that right now. Got my iron warmed up here. And so I know that all I need to do is put this motor in there and add the gearing. But I also want to insert this worm gear drive in here. This was on another motor that I bought from a junkyard. And I'll slip that into place, and I'm also going to put some CA. It feels like it's pretty firm in there, but I want to put some CA adhesive down in there to now I just need to solder the wires here. That's the black one there. And hopefully, let's see if it's, hopefully my wiring's long enough. I'll find out here in a minute. So I chose this motor of the three that I purchased because it was the most powerful of the three, and it seemed to match the RPM of the motor that I had pretty closely with the voltage that I was applying. So let's see if I can get this motor to sit back in there. Yeah, it does. The leads are long enough. Now I just need to add the gearing. I've got a collection of parts from the other one that I took apart. And of course there's this big gear here. Get the gear out of there. I believe this has to be assembled like this. So the brushes need to be sort of in the middle, like that. So that gear is big, so it needs to go down. And I've got these, see that mesh is okay there. And then this one here. And yeah, I just want to make sure I don't, so I'm using all, that looks proper to me. So what I want to do, I'm also going to, I'm going to disconnect that red wire for just a second here. And I'm going to apply some voltage of my own. And see if I can, want to make this move and see what it looks like when it's moving. And if I go in the other direction, I need to keep pushing the gears down because the case holds it down. So I'll reverse it. And that sounds pretty good to me. It looks like it's working pretty well. So I'm going to keep it midpoint, which I've marked a spot there. And so I'm happy with that. Now I'm going to just reconnect my red wire there. And so the next thing, I'll just put it together, and the screws will actually hold it, the mounting screws will hold it all in place. You can see all the ears have, they're double eared, so once you put it into place it's going to be held. And I'm going to go ahead and put this back into position here.